Good morning, everyone. As I was telling you yesterday, I wanted to show you what I do with my tomato plants. Seeing they're big enough. There's a couple different ways to grow them. Well, probably a few more. And this is just one of the ways. I used this technique last year. And as you saw how many tomatoes I got off the vine, this is the method that I used. I found it on YouTube, actually. It's one method. Another method I'm going to do is to my brother's peppers, as I stated the other day. I'm going to use a different method on that, on one container of his plants. So this method that worked great last year is burying the stems. You're going, really? The stems will produce roots. All the little hairs, I'll show you the hairs in a minute. All the hairs on the stem, the main stem of the tomato, will produce roots off of that. And what that does is promote growth, but it takes up nutrients and puts out more roots, so it can, take in more nutrients, more water, and help the plant grow a lot faster, a lot healthier compared to just the roots on the bottom. You plant the whole thing up to the leaves almost. Leave a little bit of space, but plant just put soil around it, and water it as usual, and feed it as usual. I just feed mine compost tea, and it already has worm castings in the soil, so it's already getting fed since day one. So that's all I do to feed my plants. I'm just showing you what I do. Maybe if you have something that you do different to yours, post a video of it, and email me the video, or link back, or I'd like to see what how you're planting tomatoes, or any of your vegetables, or any of your plants. Show me how you're planting this year's season at your house. So let's get to it. I'll show you the tomatoes first. I tried to show you the hairs on them. You can see it pretty well yesterday's video. I got a close-up enough, but I'll show you again, and then we'll bury them. Okay, if you look on the stem itself, you can see all those little white-like hairs, and most of those will become roots. They'll take in all the nutrients. But all those little hairs on the stem itself, they're there for a purpose. So let's get to burying this. And I think everybody who watches knows this plant here. This is the one I transplanted out of the flat of the tobacco, and it's not doing anything. Guess what? You take it. Oh wow, there's somewhat of a stem, a little bit of roots there. Whatever it is, it's going away, and this will be used to bury those. So basically, let me bury it, and I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. You can see how much dirt is in there already, and the dirt will come up just below the leaves. I can't bury it at the same time while I'm holding the camera, so I can only show you before and after. So as you can see, it is buried right up almost to the top. That's basically what I wanted. The whole stem is buried. The top leaves are out, and it'll grow from that. And this should pick up a lot of growing within the next week or two, with all that enclosed stem with the dirt. it'll produce more roots, and will shoot this plant right up. So I'll give it a little water. The soil was already moist, but I always like to give it a little bit more water when it is in here. And we'll just have to see the growth and see how it improves, or it should improve. And see if there's more stems that will come out, which should. I mean, it should produce more and more growth that comes out from the top. So that's how deep it is. And then there's a few inches, probably about 4 or 5 inches more, it can come out of this container. Hopefully you found that useful information of at least what I do. I mean, with everything around here, I'm just showing you what I've learned, what I've tried, and you've seen failures. Plants don't always survive. Is the one that I pulled out of the container today, that didn't survive. But thanks for watching. If you're new, please subscribe. Give it a thumbs up, and please comment. I always love replying to comments. I reply to everybody, basically. On here, on Twitter, on, where else do I reply? Not sure. But thanks for watching.